Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with Newcastle United, and we are now back in the January transfer window, and there's already been some business to tell you about. We've not yet managed to bring anybody in. You'll see already on the screen we had a big bid come in for Divock Origi, £33 million. He's worth £30 million according to the game, so I rejected that bid because it was non-negotiable, and he actually didn't kick up a fuss about that. I think we've now reached a point where even if teams like Man City come in for our big players, they aren't unhappy at us rejecting the bids, which is pretty nice. It's a sign of how far we've come. Um, but the players going out, they've all been players going out. Players who haven't really played that much. So Patrick Roberts has gone to Huddersfield for £11.75 million. That was agreed a long time ago. He joined us on a free, so no loss there. Sam Gallagher went to Orient for 725k. We signed him for just 325, so we managed to turn a profit on him despite him never really playing for us. Demarai Gray we made quite a big loss on. He just wasn't getting in our team. I didn't know where he was going to fit in because we have too many good players in that area. So I've lost 8 million on him. That could be quite costly in the future. He could play well for Stoke, but he was unlikely to develop in our club. Dragomir is another one who's gone. He was meant to be a rotation player, but he just wasn't featuring. And the last one is Joe Gomez. He's gone for 6.25 million. We signed him for 7, so a little bit of a loss, but he was with us for quite a long time, never really getting into the team. It was just because he could play anywhere across the back, but we've got enough coverage in defence, so we just don't need him anymore. So may as well cash in, get a bit of money in the bank. We've actually turned a profit on transfers so far this season, which is interesting. I am looking to bring a player or two in if we can, but I'm only going to bring in players that are adding to the squad. No more filling in for squad depth. I'm happy with the depth of the team. Now we need to focus on getting back to winning ways. We're away against Wolves for this one. We've got a very strong team going out there. We've had nearly 10 days of rest with no international fixtures in the way, so we're in a good position to kick on with a victory. Melagoni finds Chambers out on the right. He sends the ball in, cleared away, but there's Vilhena, edge of the area to Joel Campbell, who does finish it. Joel Campbell, back in the team, gets his 6th goal of the season. It's Charlie Austin. Looks for Terrell, now Moreno. Whips the ball across, Mamana clears it. Melagoni can't clear it properly though. Moreno across again, and Rodriguez has hit the woodwork. Free kick from Vasquez. Sent to the far post. Moana's up there, and Jones touches it in off the post. Vilhena sends it forward to Origi. He's going on his own, Origi. He's got in the area and just pushed that wide. Babaraman. Cross to Witzel. There's Melagoni. Now Vasquez. And it's deflected in. Melagoni finds Chambers in a good area. He sends the ball in straight away, and Jermaine's got to it, and Jermaine does score. It's 4-0. He's got 8 goals now this season. There is a full-time whistle. It's a very good, comprehensive victory from the team, getting us back in the kind of form we need to be in if we want to progress. Also means we're back up to 2nd in the league. United can still catch us. They've got a much better goal difference. But we're 4 points behind Spurs, and we can still make that ground up. Well, today we are playing in front of our newly expanded 60,000-seater St James's Park, and what a game to do it. It's at home against Sunderland, and we've got a few players not entirely fit because we are playing a midweek game. So Callum Steele's coming in at left back, and Julian Green, the cult hero, is coming in on the left wing. Jermaine is going to lead the line ahead of Origi because Jermaine's got quite a few goals on the bench recently. Otherwise, it's as you were from the last game. If we can pick up where we left off, we'll get a good win today. Lucas Silva with a corner. And there's Julian Green. He always gets a goal. He's popped up to get it when we really need it against our rivals. Wijnaldum going for a little run. He's got players ahead of him. He's still going on his own though. There is Joel Campbell. Back across to Lucas Silva. Now Julian Green in a good area on the left flank. He can chip it in. It comes out to Melagoni, who's hit a wonder strike on his left foot into the back of the net. Wijnaldum out to Callum Steele, who sends it in first time. Joel Campbell's in there. Wijnaldum over to Callum Steele. Puts the ball in. Julian Green nods it in. It's calling for Campbell, and it's gone in. Pickford couldn't stop it going in. It's gone down as an own goal. Well, there it is. We've beaten Sunderland 3-0. That's just what you need when you want to pick up your form. A great way to open our new 60,000-seater stadium, and we solidify second place. United could still go ahead of us if they win their game in hand, but we are now 5 points clear of Arsenal. Well, after picking up 2 wins so far in this episode, we've got a huge game at home against Arsenal. We are just ahead of them at the moment by about 5 points, but it's a difficult run of games. So we are going to need that points buffer. We've got Chelsea away after this, then Everton at home, then United away, and then Atletico in the Champions League. It's such a tough run of fixtures. So we really need 3 points today. It's a strong team going out there. Origi up top, Pulisic coming back in on the left, Malangoni, Kovacic and Witsel in that middle area, with Rahman, Jones, Mamana and Chambers across the back line. Malagoni, forward to Origi, into Pulisic. Good save by Szczesny. Gabbiadini's taking the ball down. He's having a run. Jones with a great tackle. There's Gabbiadini again, though, and he's hammered it into the bottom corner. Kovacic having a little run. Loses the ball to Ozil. Jones finds Kovacic again. Still not giving up the idea of a run, and now Pulisic on the left can pull that in. He does. There's Origi. Touches it into the bottom corner, and we definitely didn't deserve to be behind, so I'm glad we've got that goal. Kovacic to Malagoni. He's got players ahead of him, and he does pick out Pulisic, who skips the tackle, plays it inside, and Origi has hit the woodwork. Vasquez, he's got Origi making a run, and Origi's in on goal, straight at Szczesny. He could have had a hat-trick in this half, Origi. Kovacic to Malagoni. Now Pulisic. Witzel's got a man on the left. Here is Rahman. In towards Origi, who scores? We've gone ahead on the hour mark. Ozil's free kick. Towards Jordi Alba, who's managed to put it in. Jordi Alba, out of nowhere, has scored from the tightest of angle. We are so unlucky to have not taken 3 points today. That's just really, really bad luck. Arsenal had virtually no chances. Just a great strike from Gabbiadini and then a Route 1 lucky finish from Jordi Alba has cost us the points. And had we managed to win that game, we would have overtaken Tottenham. Just the one change to the team from that match against Arsenal, because I was happy with the way the team played. I just thought we were really unlucky. So Callum Steele's coming in for Rahman, who's just absolutely knackered. We have had a week's rest. The team should be quite fresh. I'm hoping Chelsea are not going to beat us. They are 4th at the moment. We're 3rd after United managed to overtake us. It's all a bit tight at the top of the table at the moment, so we could definitely do with a win to give us a little breathing room over Chelsea. Kovacic looking for Callum Steele, who sends the ball and it's cleared out. But there's Malagoni to Joel Campbell, who's hit the woodwork. Malagoni, centre of the field, driving forward. He's picked out Lucas Vasquez, who's fresh. Puts it in and Origi scores at the near post. We've got the goal in a very quiet, snowy game. Steele throws the ball in. Odegaard tries to head it forward, but Jones should get there and does. Now Malagoni over to Vilhena. Pulisic plays it out wide to Steele. Can he whip the ball in? He's lost it to Vasaico, and now Vasquez can hit this on the counter-attack. He's got Odegaard in support. Kante to Vasaico. This looks dangerous. It's Odegaard. 3-4 players in the middle, and Hazard does score. Right, it's another unfortunate draw for the team. I really thought we'd see that out after we managed to take the lead, but it's not gone our way. It's a draw against a team that in and around us, so it's not too disappointing. But if we'd got that extra goal, or if we'd managed to hang on in this game, we really would have been in a much better position. Well, the transfer window has now closed, and you might be able to see on the screen we did bring a player in. We managed to sign Leroy Sané, which was pretty impressive. A couple of other players did leave as well. Matthew Ketchell went out on loan. That's probably the main bit of business. There were a lot of players I tried to sign, but usually for work permit reasons I couldn't get them in. They kept getting rejected, which was really irritating. I also tried to sign Lewis Cook, but he moved on loan to Cardiff almost immediately after I put the bid in that Chelsea did accept, which was quite frustrating. But I think we should be able to pick him up in the summer. We've unsettled him at the club, so we might be able to bring Lewis Cook back to the team because he's not been playing much for Chelsea. But Leroy Sané, just £9.25 million. He's valued at 21 million. He can play on either flank, which is the main reason I bought him because he's going to be brilliant no matter which side he's playing. He's not really played much for Manchester City since the first sort of season when he got 23 games. He sort of dropped off out of nowhere, which is why we've got him for so cheap. And I think at 25, he could have a good 4 or 5 seasons playing on the wings. So I'm quite happy with that. It'll be difficult with Vasquez and Campbell both in there as well. But I'm quite happy with the shape of the squad now going into the end of the season. We've had a long break since the last game, which is why everybody's at 100%. So I think we should be able to beat Everton without too much trouble. Kovacic in the centre of the park, having a little run forward. Still going. He does find Leroy Sané, pulls it back across, and there's Jermaine to tap it home. For once he hasn't scored with his head, but it's a debut assist for Leroy Sané. Asensio finds Ross Barkley. 1-2. Kovacic is stolen and Jermaine is in on goal. He's still going, and Jermaine finds the bottom corner. He's in for the injured Origi, and he's got 2 goals already today to take him to 10 for the season. Kovacic to take a free kick. Plenty of players in the box. He's found Mamana, who finds the top corner, and that's 3-0, and the points are all secure. Well, that was a very comprehensive and complete victory by the team. A 3-0 result. A debut assist for Leroy Sané caps it off. And it means that now we are still in second place. We're just 1 point behind Spurs now because they have drawn with Swansea. So just 1 point in the title race. We're clear of United as well, so they can't catch us, but they can close the gap behind us to just 1 point. 5 points clear of Manchester City. That's what we want. And this is all getting very exciting. We're just 13 games left to go. And there's a couple of changes to the team for our final match of this episode. It's away against Manchester United. We usually struggle at Old Trafford, but Divock Origi is back to fitness, so he will lead the line with Pulisic and Vasquez supporting him on the wings. Wijnaldum is coming into the centre of midfield because Melagoni has got an injury. Phil Jones got injured last time out, so in comes Mangala too. Otherwise, it's as we were. I'm hoping we can carry on. We've been unbeaten so far in this episode, so let's end it in the best possible way. Wijnaldum, centre of the field, chips it wide, and there's Vasquez. He can pull it back. He does, and there's Pulisic. Oh, De Gea saves it. Mata with a free kick, pulls it back across. There's Bernardo to Mkhitaryan. A little bit of pressure from United. Laporte finds Shaw. Pogba across to Luke Shaw. Players in the centre. Mkhitaryan slips it into Mata. Back to Kane. That was a beautifully worked goal, and United have taken the lead. Vasquez's free kick into Lucas Silva. Origi heads it on. Mamana back to Origi. Bit of space. He drills it into the bottom corner. We've got the equaliser. Chambers sends the ball to Sané, who's on fresh. Shows Vilhena. Now Pulisic. He's put it in the bottom corner, and we lead at Old Trafford. Luke Shaw drills the ball in, but Wijnaldum can bring it away. He's got Origi making a run. Origi just hanging on to the ball. He has got some support now. Chips it over the top. Pulisic is there. Sané's on the far side. And there is Leroy Sané. He got an assist in his first match, and he scored our 3rd goal at Old Trafford today. Bernardo, long ball over for Morata. Pulls it back. Cleared away. And there's a full-time whistle. We have managed to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. That is a very, very good result. And it takes us top of the table. For the first time ever, we are top of the Premier League table while I've been manager of the club. That is a nice, satisfying way to end this episode. We're above Tottenham. Although they do have that game in hand, they have been struggling a little bit recently. But I'm very, very happy with that. And it means that heading into next episode, we can enjoy our position at the top. We've done so well this episode. Draws with Arsenal and Chelsea. Could have won both of those matches. and managing to beat United at Old Trafford, winning against Everton 3-0. The next episode is looking a little bit easier in the league. Our league matches actually don't look too bad until right at the end of the season, where we get 3 tough games across 4. But next episode we also get to take on Atletico Madrid, which is going to be a bit of an exciting one. I think it will all be about the league this season. I'm not going to be too disheartened if we go out of the Champions League at this stage. If we're in with a chance of winning the Premier League title, we absolutely have to go for it. But that will be all for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you want to see if we can win the league. Drop a like on the video too if you enjoy seeing Newcastle back at the top of the table. And until next time, see ya.